45.1 miles, 2 hours in Zwift on the Sugar Cookie in Watopia course. We burned 2.8 pieces of pizza, training for my first full Ironman this September, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Welcome to the channel. It's 1 p.m. Saturday. I am so tired. I don't have any motivation. I know motivation's a lie. It's all discipline at the end of the day. But this is one of those days where I understand why it's hard to work out. I understand it's not easy all the time to stick to plans. Today is just gonna be one of those days. .61 miles at an 8-minute, 8-second per mile pace with this guy. I told you he can go on 11-mile runs. That was an hour, 18 minutes or so. It's actually pretty warm out, so that's why I let him take a break in the middle there, and he laid down in a little creek, drank and cooled down a little bit, so made sure not to overheat him, because you really got to make sure in the warmer months your dogs cannot take too much exercise in the heat. One thing I do on my runs, especially when they get longer than 10 plus miles and it's hot out, I do get electrolytes, BPN, Go One More Sport. Also throw some creatine in there. If you haven't had creatine, it's simply a supplement that retains water in your muscles. Not only makes me feel as if I stay hydrated for longer, but also my recovery and my muscles stay a little stronger for longer after doing weights and then going into endurance workouts like running, biking, and swimming. So I know that these Gooder sunglasses, that's what I run in. Gooder is a fantastic sunglass company for endurance and running, but for some reason this model and this make got sweat one time and the gold has peeled off. I go through too many of these. I just have to deal with what I put them through. So if Gooder, if you want to sponsor, that'd be awesome, because I'm tired of paying 25 bucks every single time for your sunglasses that are supposed to last with sweat. And that is officially the last workout of build phase 2. I know the video prior to this said build phase 2 complete, but this one does wrap up the entire second build phase, which was an entire month, longer training, more mileage. Next week we start build phase 3. I'm not really looking forward to, because every discipline goes up, so more time. It already feels like I'm spending so much time in the early mornings before work, getting the hours and the mileage in. That is about 2.5 months officially completed of Ironman prep, and we are now 6 months, so half a year more of Ironman training, which I'm excited to see how my body continues to adjust, how my muscles grow, and how my body shapes around with all these disciplines as well. But with that being said, let's go over this week's numbers. We did 2.5 hours of running for 18.61 miles. We did 3 hours, 16 minutes of biking for around 56.9 miles. Did an hour and a half of weightlifting. I don't know why it says 13,000 miles. I didn't even enter mileage, and I tried to edit that out. I have no clue where that came from. So if someone knows what that is, let me know. We did an hour and a half of swimming for 4,400 yards, which is exactly 2.5 miles. And that adds up to a total of 8 hours and 50 minutes of training this week. Obviously, you can tell my mood is a lot better than it was prior to the run. Just a testament of how doing hard things has its rewards afterwards. But hopefully someone's able to take something away from the reality that I was extremely tired completely unmotivated. Didn't really want to do that, but we put the work in. The outcome is usually favorable for you, but it's okay. Feel completely tired, fatigued, and you might not be able to do the complete workout at your fullest, even 80%, but as long as you do something, you get it in, it's gonna count and it's gonna make a difference over the long run. That's it for this week. Build phase 3 starts on Monday, and I will see you then. Good morning and happy Monday. Today is the solar eclipse day for those that have that viewing in their neighborhood. Start of build phase 3, which weights and swimming don't change in this build phase. We keep that consistent with what we've been doing in build phase 2 the past month. We did 45 minutes of weights, bench press, dips, flies, and some supersets at the end there. And we did about 46 minutes of swimming, 2,325 yards. I know I'm a novice when it comes to swimming in the pool, but pool etiquette is definitely a thing. It was packed today, so we were sharing lanes, 2 to a lane. There's only 4 lanes at the YMCA that I go to. And this guy, I looked up and he was coming head on at me, and I just stopped in my lane and looked up, and he goes, "We're circling." I was like, dude, all right, you just need to wait so that both of us in the lane can see you there. And I was like, all right, I'll let that slide. But then he went under the rope into the next lane because that individual in the lane over, one of the guys had just left, so there was a guy still swimming, and this guy swam up behind the guy that's in the lane swimming with fins. He grabs his fin, and the guy kind of like abruptly stops swimming, like, did I hit you? What's going on? And he just goes, "We're gonna circle," in the middle of the lane in the pool. And I was like, man, just wait until they get to the end, have that conversation. You can't just go grab people while they're swimming. Oh, that was something I've never experienced before, so that was pretty hysterical. Other than that, Monday morning, feel good. Was a little tired, but we got the work in. Go get yours. Good morning. 19.57 miles in Zwift this morning for an hour, 15 minutes on the McCurry Islands, and then we did 1.87 miles of running, 15 minutes. Build phase 3 does add some extra disciplines on top of the main discipline. Not every morning, but it will gradually increase as this build phase goes. If any of you got to see that total solar eclipse yesterday, absolutely incredible. That's the second time I've seen one in my lifetime. I drove down to Kentucky in 2017, and this one, I walked into my backyard to watch it. It's absolutely incredible, and just proof that there's a master creator, there's a god of design to make something like that happen. Workout is complete. I got a pretty long day of work today. I think I might take you along for that. I'm gonna take you on a little more day in the life, what I actually do outside of just working out and prepping for an Ironman. Today I'm gonna go visit what hopefully will be a new client. I work in finance. I help businesses get funding for working capital, equipment, purchasing businesses, acquisitions, anything that you can think of that a business or an individual might need some capital money for. Think of Shark Tank a little bit, how a business goes in to request funding for a product or service or something that they offer, they created. So I basically will represent the business to the sharks. I will fend for my clients, try to get them approved for financing, for whatever they may need to use that for to help grow their business and their dreams. So today I am driving up to Fort Wayne, Indiana to visit a small mom and pop Amish bakery. Northern Indiana has a high density of the Amish community, a lot of handmade artisan goods, which I love. I absolutely love that community, and anytime I'm up there, usually buying something from some family. We're gonna sit down, go over some finances, tour the facility, see how their operations work, probably have a donut or two. Hopefully just make a good connection, good partnership, and I can help represent them for the years to come. It's a bit of a drive too, so just stopped at a little cafe called Schoolhouse 7 Cafe here in Indiana. Have to get a dirty ice chai to go. It's the only way I'm gonna stay awake and be ready for this meeting. And that's the trip. Really cool facility, quality donuts, baked goods, other stuff. I'll put in video. I got some pure maple syrup, some local honey, and grape jam, 3 of my favorites. Excited to now try one of their donuts. Always go classic, glazed, simple but delicious. Wow. That is literally one of the best donuts, because it was baked today, fresh. That is a lot of glaze, nice little crunch of it as well, and extremely doughy. So if you're ever in Grable, Indiana, stop by Grable Amish Pastries in the country store and pick yourself up some of these. Little sidebar, I'm almost done, 10 miles in, listening to Nick Bear podcast. Lucy Halden is on. Didn't know who she was, but she participated in the speed project with them, and they're just discussing on why would you not want to do hard things with this one life you get. To feel this pain is to feel alive, and putting yourself in these circumstances means that when life truly does get tough, you will be able to handle them because you've been constantly disciplined to handle daily putting yourself in these uncomfortable, painful situations. Watching this, why would you not want to do this? Come on, just go do it. Also, they're talking about you can't compare your chapter 1 to someone's chapter 10. So if you're just getting started in anything fitness related, or your career, or your education, comparison's the thief of joy. And if you're comparing yourself to others, you can't do that, because they might be on a chapter 10 after they went through the first chapters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you are right at chapter 1. Just another tidbit, but an hour and a half, 10.81 miles at an 8-minute 20-second per mile pace. Good afternoon. Yes, it is the afternoon. Got a little extra sleep this morning. I've been trying to catch up sleep ever since the Monday night college men's NCAA national championship game, Purdue versus UConn. So been catching up sleep every few days. Decided today I'll sleep in a little longer, do some work, and go on my lunch break. But 45 minutes of weights, lower body squats, and then some upper body biceps, pull-ups, abs as always. 45 minutes of swimming. My watch died, so I'm not too sure what the distance is yet, but it's right here anyways. That is it for this week and this video. So if you've made it this far, thank you as always. Go get your work in. If you're signing up for a long endurance race, Ironman, marathon, half marathon, whatever it may be, keep at it. You got it.